Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Mega's Tarot. Today I am going to take a look at the US and Iran conflict. We're going to take a deep look into what's to come in the future. So this is my first video doing anything geopolitical. I just really feel like I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've been practicing for about a month or so with this, and I feel like a lot of the things that I've read have come true so far. So I'd like to do this in-depth reading for everybody, just to see what's going to happen, what's to come next. There's dust everywhere. So yeah, so we're going to go take a look at what's to come next for the US-Iran war. We're going to see how this is going to play out, and we're going to do a near future reading. So first, I got to shuffle. Today is March 13th. As we all know, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. They're only letting certain ships go in. So first card I got was Judgment in reverse flipping out. So situation definitely is not going well. So let's see. As we know, more people have been killed in the US, but I think it's even more tragic the amount of Iranians who have been killed through this senseless war. I've been thinking about like what the reason is behind this war, and I just can't get like a clear answer. It's like, is it about the oil? Is it about the land? And all I can really say is I feel like it's all of the above. The United States is they're getting sucker punched at the moment. We didn't realize. Well, we kind of knew what was going to happen. We just ignored the experts on this. So I think they want to deploy troops to the southern border of Iran, near the waterways. I do feel like that is going to happen. I saw this like about a week ago. I asked if there was going to be troops deployed, and when I read the cards, I heard no, but it was also a yes, and I saw troops near like the southern border, like along the border's edge. And so a week later today, it looks like that is looking more realistic. So, a couple more shuffles. Near future for the US and Iran conflict. Near future for the US and Iran conflict. I feel like the United States is just like flailing their arms. Okay, let's start pulling. So, the near future energy, we got the Four of Swords. So, that talks about taking a break. It's a rest period. Let's see what the rest of the story says. So, we have some sort of new plan with the Fool. It looks like they're really struggling to... I guess I got to be more accurate with they. I should say the United States is having a hard time keeping things in balance, keeping things in check. They're really pressuring for some sort of deal. They is in the United States. The United States wants some sort of deal. We got something here about control. We have the moon. Control. We have chariot. So another deal is going to be put forward in the near future. They want to put an end to this. They, as in the United States, wants to put an end to this. Don't believe the headlines. They definitely don't. They don't want to continue this. Yeah, it has to do with some sort of like money situation. Nine of Pentacles. Looking at these cards, like it just looks like they're doing like some hectic. I need to be more. I should say the United States is doing things that are more hectic. They're having trouble keeping balance here with Temperance in reverse. Hierophant is a belief system. They can't keep the oil in check here, I feel like. And the United States is really grasping for some sort of deal here. Let's take a look at the bottom. Two of Swords. So we got some sort of tough decision here. We got a crossroads and a tough decision. The Knight of Wands. I guess I should show the cards. This is my first time. I apologize. Knight of Wands reverse. Something here is stalling. Something here is not being pushed forward. Something's being taken back. I'm getting like a sense of like a reverse, like a reversal of some sort. We got the Empress in reverse, which is things are not going according to plan. And then we got failure here. So it had some sort of decision to maybe withdraw or to take. It's like a reversal. I'm sensing like some sort of reversal happening here. And I don't think I can show this card. We got the Devil in reverse. Because of YouTube standards, of course. We got Devil in reverse. Which is a period of toxicity, like leaving toxicity. This is unchaining oneself to the environment. We got King of Cups in reverse. This is a feeling, I feel like a sense of losing control. And I feel like this has to do on the United States side, because the King of Cups in reverse is definitely giving me the feeling that mistakes were made, some sort of major mistake. Like, it's all based on feelings. And the King of Cups in reverse is not, they're not using their emotions appropriately. So they're not judging a situation correctly. We have the Four of Cups afterwards, which is something being presented. Could be a way of ending this conflict. But the person's still waiting. Like, I'm sensing like whatever's happening here, they're not taking it. Like, they don't feel comfortable. I'm getting energy of feeling uncomfortable. And I guess if this is all United States. It also could be Iran too, because I feel like this is also Iran not really looking at the decision here. But I mean, Iran's looking at this from a more positive sense of what they need. But I also get majority United States here is not taking something that they should. And then the last card we got here is, oh, I can't show this, can I? We'll just do this. We got Judgment in reverse. So this is misjudging the situation. This is they should be taking whatever they can here and just go, because Judgment in reverse definitely indicates misjudging the situation. And that was the card that flipped over when I was first shuffling. The United States is in a world of hurt. On the very bottom, allergies. On the very bottom, we get the Five of Swords, and this is conflict. I feel a sense of like an escalation a little bit. Yeah, we got Five of Swords with the Eight of Cups in reverse. Whoops, Eight of Cups reverse. That's not, not giving in. There's some sort of uncertainty. They're unsure of what to do about the situation. This is uncertain circumstances. This is juggling, questioning things, not quite understanding here. So we got a lot of sense here that this doesn't. Trump isn't going to end this until he gets what he wants. But I hate to say this, I really feel like he's on the losing end of this. So going back to the main reading, the Four of Swords is about ending something. Well, it's not quite ending, but it's kind of taking a reprieve, a break, a resting period. We got the Fool. We got the Fool here in the main reading. Sorry, the Fool. Ten of Wands, not cups. Ten of Wands. So that's hardship. That's taking a calculated risk, and carrying on to too many things at once. And we got control. So I feel like the United States may try to do something to take control of the situation a little better. But there's too many things here that I feel like are hidden, like the unknown. The moon's about control. It's really about pushing to take as much control as possible. And then there's a period of there is a period of waiting with the Hermit in reverse. But it also feels like preparing, like I'm feeling a sense of preparing something. Could be some sort of deal with the Page of Pentacles. This has to do with the United States really wanting to push something forward. And it could be that new step. I feel like there's a new step to this war. We'll have to go in more depth here in a little bit. And we got the Chariot to clarify the Hermit reverse with the Page of Pentacles. Everything feels rushed. Like a lot of this energy is giving me a rushing feeling. There is some sort of new deal. The Page of Pentacles is all about like something new, but it's also like the lowest of the court cards. So it has a lot of like immature action without really understanding the situation. And then the Chariot is pushing forward. I feel like this is a conquering energy. The United States wants to conquer something that has to do with money or finances, resources, stuff like that. I feel like that's the majority of what the United States wants out of this is like some sort of financial deal. But when I think about it or when I feel it, it feels like Iran doesn't want any deal with the United States. They're giving me the energy of like something is finished. I heard like toast, like they're toast. But something's going to be pushed forward after a short resting period is what I'm guessing. United States is really trying to end this. We got Temperance in reverse, which means they can't really control the situation. The United States really can't control the situation. It's kind of out of control. There's no balance. With the Hierophant, this is kind of indicating that there needs to be some sort of structure to bring balance in order to bring. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles has to do with like stability within the region and within markets. This definitely has something to do with like financial stability. The United States wants to bring some sort of financial stability here in the near future. So that's what I'm really sensing here. All right, let's get more in depth here. We'll dive deeper and really see what's going on here. So the cards currently are not showing any sort of major like conflict. Um, I really feel like the United States is in like in a rock and a hard place. A lot of these cards don't feel like they have anything to do with Iran, or like they do have to do with Iran, but they feel more like this is more like telling the story from like United States point. Yeah, they're having trouble keeping things in check. Nine of Swords. That's like that's anxiety. Um, things just are not going well. So the Knight of Wands reversed, the Empress reversed, and the Six of Wands reversed is very telling of a situation that is in like shortfall. I heard. I don't really know if that's a thing. It really feels like there has to be some sort of sacrifice with the Two of Swords. It almost feels like I get like going against is what I heard. The United States is in a pickle, is what I heard. And there will be another deal. It looks like it may get rejected again. They're trying to loosen some sort of barriers. Oh, I don't want to show that again. Well, it's the Devil in reverse. They're trying to loosen some sort of barrier. I would say the United States. All right, let's see let's get deep. Let's see what is going on here. Couple more shuffles. Yeah, I feel like there's something to do with the southern part of Iran. The Chariot is giving me another sense of like of movement towards the southern part. We'll see here once I start throwing cards. So we got with the Fool with the High Priestess. So this would talk about taking a calculated risk based off of intuition. Death reversed with the Ten of Wands is kind of saying that things aren't changing. There's a lot of resistance here to change. The Moon with the Six of Wands. So that talks about being successful in control. This is definitely saying Iran knows what they're doing. There may be some sort of new gamble. Like Iran's going to do something new here that's going to cause a lot of fear and panic. I'm sensing panic here. The United States doesn't want to let this go. Yeah, I just heard that Iran's planning something new. It doesn't feel like an attack, but they're using something to control like some sort of narrative. There's a sense of controlling the aspect of the war, and the United States is having a hard time countering what is going on here. The Hermit reversed with the Five of Wands. So there's a struggle here to compromise with the Five of Wands. That's a competition card. That's conflict. It's wanting to build something. So something is being put together here incredibly fast. Like they're working on, I would say the United States is working on a plan here. And it's happening pretty quickly. We have the Page of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is going to calmer waters. The United States is working hard on circumventing the situation. And then we have the chariot with the 5 of Swords. So some sort of escalation here. And that's why I said I feel like there's a deployment of troops here. Um, it feels near like the deployment is. I agree with what I said earlier. The deployment definitely has to do with the southern part of Iran. So I would expect some sort of deployment down there. They said 2,500. When I did the clairsentient view of it, which is just the feeling of the energy, it felt more like 10 to 20,000. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not I don't know much about the military kind of stuff, but I do feel like there will be some sort of um, movement in the war towards the southern part. The United States is trying to take control of the Strait of Hormuz, and I do believe that that will be some sort of play here. Um, I still think Tehran's going to keep getting bombed, but I feel like the focus now is going to be on the southern part and the waterways. Um, I also just saw felt like the United States is working with other countries or trying to work with other countries to get something working here. I just felt it. We'll see. Temperance reversed with the 3 of Wands. So there's an imbalance here. 3 of Wands is kind of like looking forward, trying to see how we can circumvent. This is also, I feel like it's a calm before the storm, or like they're waiting. There's a sense of waiting here, but also a sense of like looking at when things will get better. The Hierophant with the Queen of Wands. This can indicate doing something according to plan. This is someone's coming out on top here, is what I heard. There's a sense of coming out on top. The Hierophant is about belief systems. There's a positive sense here that something will go well. The 9 of Pentacles with the 9 of Swords. I mean, this was when I was shuffling. Like this was definitely it was 9 of Swords with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, which is anxiety over independence or anxiety over money, and it's really showing up here. Iran's doing something here. They're taking control of the. I don't think the United States is going to be able to take control of it. I do see the United States working with. I saw 2 or 3 other countries here. A lot of frustration. It's almost like with the 9 of Pentacles, it's almost like, and the Queen of Wands, there's a sense of sticking to strict rules. And there's some sort of financial problem that the United States is having trouble dealing with here. And it has to do with resources too. The United States will have an even harder time working on trying to control this area. I just don't. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't see the United States coming out on top on this one here. It feels like Iran definitely has. Like I feel like the Queen of Wands definitely has something to do with Iran and sticking to what they're good at. It's the Queen of Passion. I mean, it's almost like facing fears. They're facing some sort of fear here. Actually, Iran's facing their fears. They're fighting back, and they're using some sort of control or some sort of system, because the Hierophant is definitely, they're using some sort of system to keep control of it. I also feel like other nations are not going to be happy that the United States is going to do this, because I do believe that there will be deployment of troops here in the southern border. Let's go into the last part here, and then we'll go to see what else we can fill out after we're done with the cards. Two swords. That is making it as a crossroads, some sort of tough decision. We got two swords with the two swords in reverse. So this, like I said, it's a rock and a hard place. There's anxiety over the choice. Like there's a sense of also going back and forth. Like they can't see beyond what they're doing. That's the problem. And I should say they, as in the United States, is having a problem here in seeing what the future holds. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Three of Cups. So celebration over failure, celebration over it feels like some sort of an attack or some sort of push. There's a failure here, and there's a celebration in its failure, because there's a sense of not able to come to a concise decision. And this, of course, this is about the United States. Oh, Empress reversed with the Ten of Swords reverse. So yeah, so this would have to do with a plan not going according to plan, because they didn't want to look at the situation for what it really is. And I gotta stop saying that. The United States is not seeing. There's a loss here. There's a major loss here. And the Six of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is very indicative of things escalating and getting worse. I don't see things getting better. The United States is going to fail miserably. Everything feels like it's out of not I would say out of control, but like the United States doesn't have this. They're flailing their arms a lot. Like every time I do readings, they feels like they're flailing their arms. They're not taking this seriously. That's the problem. It's like the more they bomb, the worse it gets for us. Because one part is like financially, it's not good, so it hurts everyone financially. And on top of that, like it just gives more incentive for Iran citizens to just be angry at the United States. Like it's pretty obvious. But something here is going to backfire dramatically on the United States. I feel like it's like they're saying to do one thing, but then the United States is doing another thing, or like the troops are doing something else. Something's out of whack here when they deploy troops. It feels like a failure, like from the start. Like some sort of failure happens at the very start. Let's go to the last four. We got the Devil in reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse. This is the chains loosening, like control over the situation. Ace of Cups in reverse is, like people are waking up. Something about waking up. The Devil in reverse, that is like whatever situation here that's toxic, people are waking up from. The Ace of Cups in reverse is rejection. King of Cups in reverse with the King of Swords. We got some sort of counter here. Two kings together, one reverse, one forward. I feel like something like being trapped. This is a sense of being trapped like a rat. There's like loosening of restrictions too, is what I'm feeling. Something's like loosening. We got the Four of Cups with the... Oh, I can't show this. Well, that's all right. We'll deal with that later. Lovers reversed. Four of Cups is like ignoring what's in front of you and just looking... Like there's an opportunity there, but it's ignoring it. Some sort of off-ramp. I just heard the words off-ramp. I just feel like somebody here, like this is like somebody who's dissatisfied, not satisfied with what's being presented, so they're looking at other opportunities. This is the United States looking outside of its scope. And what I mean by that is we're looking at other ways that we can maneuver here, whether it's asking people in the region that nearby, but I'm getting like disagreements. Let's see what the last card says. We have Judgment reverse with the Five of Cups in reverse. So this would be talking about misjudging a situation and being stuck in some sort of depressive state. Ace of Swords on the bottom. That is new information, some sort of clarity. We got Two of Pentacles in reverse. We got Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. They're out of United States is out of options. We got manipulation. And then we got talks, but then they're not working out. And then there's another period of waiting. The Emperor reversed. Trump's being angry. He's brute forcing something. Two of Wands reversed with the Devil. Some sort of it's like trying to navigate what's happening here, but it's using your ego rather than using your brains. It's a lot of bad energy here. I'm not liking it. A devil's popping up again. The Devil with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Expect something financially to happen that's pretty bad. This is near future, so. Wait, where'd that Ace of Swords go? Oh, it fell right there. Ace of Swords, it was right side up. I feel like things are not going to get better. Judgment reversed with the Five of Cups reverse. It's misjudging sentiment. It's misjudging what was lost. It's almost like brushing it off without actually understanding what is going on. Okay, let me take a look for this is the last part of the video. Let me take a look and see how I feel. See if I can kind of see any other visions. See if I can sense anything out. And maybe we'll recap a little bit here as well as I go along. So the United States is having a hard time keeping control here. There's going to be some sort of deployment. And it's happening very soon, very quickly. Probably would happen in less than a week, if I had to guess. There's some sort of maneuverment away. I feel like there wants to be a deal here, but it's not really working out, and that's why the Six of Swords is showing up. So going to calmer waters. The United States is transitioning into a different phase of the war, is what I'm feeling. And that has to do with ground troops, like I said. I almost feel like on this very last part here, I'm feeling left out. That's what I'm sensing, like the energy of being left out here. I say that because the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords is anxiety over money and over finances. I'm also sensing like other people are getting what they need while the United States is being suffocated. I feel like I'm choking. There's some sort of loss here, major loss. Let me see if I can tell what that is. The failures are starting to spread. That's what I'm feeling. Like failures are spreading and people are understanding more and more and more as the days go on. There are things that are not being said. So there are things not being said, but there are things being shown, which is interesting. But that's what I felt. I see someone at the head of whatever this deployment is. I heard communication is scattered. So some sort of scattered communication. Somebody is deployed, something is deployed, and it's in the wrong location, is what I'm getting. So there's a separation here between deployment. I feels like a separation. So what I'm sensing here is that either Marines or Army or whatever is going to be off position. I see 11, 12. 11, 12 could be fatalities due to some sort of mistake. There's a mistake here that causes fatalities. Heard the words arguments. I don't know what that would pertain to. Arguments. And by the way, if you get anything different from this reading, or if you sense anything, just leave a comment. I'm sensing bad times coming. I'm just sensing something. It almost looks like I see like visions of like spaghetti, like a spaghetti web, like entangled, like there's entanglement. I see military asking civilians for information. This looks like it has to do in Iran. This is really weird. A little bit longer. I know this is going on a long video. Israel's not even, so I'm thinking about Israel now. Israel's not even worried about Iran at the moment. Israel is working on Lebanon. That's Israel's main focus right now is Lebanon. They want to take Lebanon. I see a force. I see a force pushing back Israel. Like a line. I see a line, and then I feel forceful, and I feel force pushing back Israel. So there's going to be some sort of stall in the progression of Israel into Lebanon. Some people are saying, like I just saw like an hour ago that they said Netanyahu may have passed away. I still feel him alive. I don't think he's passed away. He's making some sort of like decisions in the background somewhere, because I feel his energy at the moment. It feels like he's just working on some sort of strategy, but he's making war plans for Lebanon still. That's what I'm really feeling. And then while the United States does their thing in Iran, that the energy around United States Iran is United States is flailing. Like I said, I don't see them. I don't see us coming out of this unscathed. Like there's some very serious mistakes that are going to be made. And that's kind of all I'm seeing at the moment. I had some stuff about Congress, which is a joke. Congress is a joke. I don't even listen to them anymore, to be honest. They're not worth it. Um, it really is just it's just like it's a TV show. Like it's not. I'm not even gonna say anything about it. It's ridiculous. It irks me. But that's what I'm getting at the moment. So expect some sort of deployment to the southern part of Iran. Expect some sort of major problem with the deployment, like some sort of separation. I'm feeling like a separated energy, so there's gonna be something about that. So in the current moment, it's looking like this mostly has to do with trying to take control of the Strait of Hormuz, and there's a failure with it and too much of a burden. They're going to have to let something, like United States is going to have to let something go here, and because there's a misjudgment on what's going on here. But there is more conflict to come. So expect deployment soon. I'm not sure why the Four of Swords is showing up as the main energy. I think this just has to do with um, trying to put an end to this, put a break to it. There wants to be some sort of ceasefire. But Iran's not going to stop until they get what they want, is what I'm really sensing. Um, the energy in Iran is actually really good. Like, I'm feeling it like people are ready to fight for what they want. This is like a life or death situation for them, is what I'm really getting. And I don't, when you're on that point of like, there's nothing else to lose, like, you will do anything in your power to maintain control, right? So one last thing before we go, there was a sense, and I was right about this, that they're going to be moving finances from one part to another. I don't know how that works, but they're moving money out of like, um, what would you call it? Like, things for like people, so like SNAP benefits, stuff like that. They're moving money from one part of the economy to another, and that's drastically going to affect ordinary people. So this is like help within the system. The government's going to start taking more of that away, is what I'm sensing. um, it's going to be more medical stuff. It's also going to be stuff to do with food. I'm sensing food stuff is going to be cut off. For some reason, like people are going to be, I just saw it, like people are going to be swiping their cards, and nothing's going to be on there. Like there's a cutoff of SNAP benefits or something, or some sort of food benefits, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. So I'm getting that energy too. Expect that. So that's all I got for you. Long video. Hopefully I didn't bore you. First video. I kind of want to start doing more geopolitical stuff. I guess some things I need to work on is getting the information out quicker. But if you like this video, I'm gonna continue just doing some more random videos here and there to go over what's happening. I would like to do more stuff on like an economy reading, see what's going on there. Um, I guess one of the biggest questions would be about oil and prices of oil. I do expect them to get to $6 to $7 a barrel, or a gallon. Sorry, $6 to $7 a gallon. I do anticipate that sometime. I mean, we'll have to see, but I'm thinking within the next 3 months, it's going to be really bad. So I'll probably end up doing a reading on that. If you guys have any other ideas or um, any questions you would like heard or answered, we could take a look at those energies too. So just come up with ideas. But that's what I got for you here. If you like the video, just give it a thumbs up. And if you like, subscribe. It's up to you. But I appreciate all the views and thank you. And have a great day.